One of the things that companies really look for when they're looking at a new marketing automation platform is how easy is the platform going to be to use? How long will it take the team to adapt it? And that sort of comes from two angles. One is you might have a team where people are not as familiar with marketing automation platforms. So how quickly can they sort of learn the concepts, the strategy, and how to push the buttons within the platform? And then some have people who have used a platform, maybe not the one that the company is actually and looking at. So how hard would it be to figure out this platform if I have experience with a different platform? So when it comes to each of your systems, I'd love to hear from you how you feel, how easy is it to use, and then how easy is it to learn? If I've never used it, do you think it's one that I'll be able to get up to speed on? Once you kind of push through, and whether it's training or it's just kind of time exploring the platform, sort of how quickly is my path to feeling very competent on it?
So ease of use in HubSpot. I think if you're a novice user in marketing automation and you need a platform stood up and ready to go, or to be able to jump into a platform and be ready to go, HubSpot is your go-to. It's one of the cleaner, more user-friendly platforms for UX. It's the design of the tool. You've got a lot of space to navigate. It's easy to read, it's easy to function, but then there's a very robust knowledge center that you can go for trainings, for understanding, for research on how to develop your maturity over time in the tool, as well as how to sort of pop-ups within the tool itself. So if you're a novice user and all of a sudden you're on a contact record and you have no idea what you're looking at, there is an opportunity very quickly to get up to speed. However, I do warn that with the more advanced MarTech atmosphere that we live in today, it's bigger than ever before, and your understanding of integrations is essential, I think, for any marketing automation tool, and particularly HubSpot. If you're looking for a custom platform that meets your company's or your organization's goals and sort of what they're looking to achieve with maturity across their MarTech systems. So saying that, the actual use, getting in, creating email campaigns, building out workflows, segmenting lists, all very easily done once you understand your navigation panes and your property usage. And I won't even get into the power of AI that has recently been featured on HubSpot, but that is a game changer. I will say that right now, where you will have an admin assistant that basically cuts your training hours in half because you literally talk to your computer and ask it for information and it will provide it. So there's just a lot of movement in HubSpot that's making it more accessible and more ease of use over time that I think is going to definitely change the game across all platforms.
When I think about ease of use in Eloqua, I would say there's probably a fairly steep learning curve to get up if you're a new user, especially if you're new to marketing automation altogether. There's just so many different areas within the tool, within the platform. And there's, a high level of configuration that you can do in a lot of areas, like in the integration area. So to really understand what that is and how to configure it definitely takes some time. I would say once you've had exposure to it and done it, a few times, you're good. And so I think after you get up that learning curve, it's not hard to sort of maintain and feel like an expert in the tool. But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of an initial learning curve. Some areas of the tool are easier to use than others, like the drag and drop email area, like the editor. That is definitely more intuitive, but there's certainly areas like the integration area that it takes a little bit longer to master those.
Yeah, so I think ease of use for Marketo is it's a unique question. I think it's moderately easy to get going and start making things happen in Marketo for sure. But certainly it takes a bit of time just to get used to the approach that they have, right? I find that Marketo has a little bit of a unique approach in how they do each of their individual, concepts, maybe differently than some of the other marketing platforms. And that's not a bad thing, more so than just getting acquainted with the lingo. And once you start picking it up, for sure, it's very easy to dive into. It's also very easy to kind of get yourself into some trouble, right? If you're not really thinking ahead as to how you want to architect something or build something out. So ease of use to make something happen, I would say, definitely thumbs up there. Although again, it does take a little bit of work to kind of get going. On the other side of things is that anything you don't know how to do, there's just a humongous, large, passionate, active community that's doing all this stuff and really cares about sharing their best practices and how things are going. There's also a ton of resources and, a ton of documentation, which is very easy to get to even from within Marketo. And those types of things can really help you step back and do whatever it needs to do, whatever you need to do, which is either learn how to work something or how to strategize something. So for sure, ease of use, I think, comes with time. And as you start picking up, the way that things are laid out, Marketo, I think, is pretty easy system to get going with.